Okay, so next one up is Brenda, July 28th. Okay, so Brenda's anywhere from 18 to 20 years of age. She has one child. She was labor and sex trafficked. She was, when she came to the group, she was her trafficking status was current, and she is now free. Let me see her Brenda.
She has no sustainability fee. We haven't given her medical aid.
Actually, Brenda, I believe we have given her something.
Unless it was recent, I don't have.
Let me check.
Yeah, my medical expenses tab is only until March, mid-March.
Okay.
So if it was after that.
I think Brenda was given sustainability fees because Cynthia wasn't using them for the last couple of months.
So intermittently.
Yeah, intermittently. Let's see. Let me go to my list here. I can't remember if I think we did support her maybe at one point medically. It might have been, you might not have been involved. I might have done it myself.
Okay.
I'd have to check.
I'll put a question mark next to it for now. I'll go through our messages and try to find it because I feel like we usually communicate that regardless. So
yeah. I don't know offhand. I do somewhere have it. How many years she was trafficked, and I'm not sure if I don't think she's married. I don't know if she has a phone or not. So we'll have to check on all of that, and I'll update that chart and have all of that for you.
Oh, for the medical aid, I think it was for her daughter.
Might have been.
Her daughter's bug bites or something. Do you remember?
Yeah, there was something. She has a boy.
Okay.
Pale sickle.
Maybe I'm confusing it with somebody else.
Yeah, because she has not been good, and I think I did give her some money. Someone gave her money. She's learning a trade. Okay, yeah. Her health was very bad when she started. She was being trafficked when she started. She is now free. She was extremely introverted when she started, and she was not talkative. She was very non engaging, like at the in the sessions and stuff. She is now very extroverted. She smiles. She's extremely talkative. She's very happy. That is what Seraphin has told me in regards to her. I stopped writing things down because I did the videos, and so I just wanted to be in the present and listen. But let's see what you got here on your observations. Okay, yeah, her problem-solving scores didn't change. Yeah, problem-solving scores either stayed the same, went down, or if they did go up, not too much, except for, I believe, Jacqueline really had a, she did really well. She had a good pre-EQi test overall anyway. But I believe her problem-solving skills actually went up.
Yeah, they did. I think for hers, I commented that her growth was the most profound, I think.
Yeah. If I look at her problem-solving scores, piggyback with anything else, like her stress tolerance went down. It might be, you know what, I believe she's had some issues. I think her family was sick, if I remember correctly. I know Brenda Lynn got a water purification system. Adela did, and I can't remember. I don't know who the other two were, but I know Seraphim was choosing those who had children. So Brenda might be one of those who got one. I'll have to check.
Okay.
You know, her problem solving, I don't know. The only thing I could say is at least it didn't go down. But I don't.
She said big jumps elsewhere. It's just,
you know, it kind of piggybacks her stress tolerance, which went down 20 points. Mm-hmm. So I think her ability to cope with stressful situations, I think if she knew how to problem solve better, I think she'd be less stressful. I think I think this says to me that there's a sense of frustration on how to move forward in certain situations.
Right.
And I think that's probably what it's showcasing. And I'm interested to see at post 6 months, if her stress tolerance is better, a better score, and her problem solving is a better score, because those are the two things, if going through this, you look at those individually and you say, what the heck is going on? Yet, when you look at her overall composites, they're basically all in line, except for stress management, it falls a little low, but she's at 99. She falls within the standard deviation of 10 to 15, and overall, her composites look to be in balance overall. Remember, her happiness isn't a composite, and it is not a subscale in this EQi through MHS. So her lower happiness score of 87, you don't take that into consideration. You just, use it as an indicator of her overall, well-being.
Right.
Which to me it just doesn't make sense, because if I have these other composites and I'm doing well and I'm falling within the norm, why isn't my happiness level falling within the norm? Yeah,
it's just the balance was a little hard to figure out here.
So that's why when we look at the EQi, this is how you look at your total EQi, then you go to your 5 composites, then you look at your happiness, and you can't just sit there and say, oh, everything's good to go. Then you go back into your subscales to see if there's anything else going on. And then you go into your the balancing EQi part of this. And if you look at that, you'll see problem solving and stress tolerance, which are the two that we're talking about right now. And so, we're hopeful that when that post 6 month EQi in September, that this is taken care of, that we've given her some kind of strategy or coping skills to help her with this problem solving and stress tolerance to alleviate these things. We've also given her some strategies, really, some solutions on stress tolerance. If you look at what I now see myself doing is, right? So we've given her some ideas and some solutions, and we'll see if she starts to implement them, because she was supposed to implement them and put together this plan of action. I don't know how it was left. Like I said before, I haven't had a debrief on Sunday session yet, but hopefully we've given her some tools to improve these scores, and we'll see. Let's see. Thank you about asking about personal upkeep, but yes, do we feel that Brenner's become more talkative and social?
Yeah.
Yes, I answered that question in the beginning. I don't know. Does she feel she can be more vocal now in settings outside of the cohort meeting? This is a really interesting question, because that would really fall to all of them, really. How are they working? How are they dealing with others outside of the cohort? The cohort is safe. It's affirmative, confidential. It's like a family unit, a shared life experience. It's just safe and positive and robust. Now, how are they then using the skills and strategies and everything that they're learning in this very safe and affirmative environment? And when they're applying these things outside, what are they getting? And that's a really, really interesting question. And I'm going to Actually, I want to put that in a different color, highlight it, bold it, and italicize it, and everything else, because I think that's for all of them. You know,
I agree.
That's definitely a question for all of them. Because I can't answer it. I don't even know if Seraphine can answer that. You know what I mean? I think she needs to ask them. And with examples might be kind of cool. Actually, that might even be, that's like a whole session.
Right.
That's a possible next session. Workshop, citing examples. They could do an ability to do the PPCO, for each other, so that's a great observation. Her assertiveness score, yeah, it's always nice to see that. And if you look at that, I mean, look at her self-perception composite, the subscales. They're all balanced. Self-expression, all balanced. Interpersonal, all balanced. Empathy is either 1 point low, or you could say social responsibility is 1 point high. You know what I mean?
Right.
But overall, it's in balance. Decision making, definitely out. The problem solving, and again with stress management, the stress tolerance. So is especially considering her background. Now remember, Brenda is 18 to 20 at this point. When she started, she was 18 and she already had a child.
Right.
So she was very young while she was pregnant. She was very young when she gave birth. Without any real help. She's in a civil war, She's being trafficked, labor and sexually being trafficked. And yet she scores at an 85 in the pre as the overall EI. You know what I mean?
Right.
Freaking amazing. I mean, really. Just amazing. What was her lowest score? Was 70, reality testing. Now, as a 70, objective, see things as they really are. She might have came in. I mean, look at the increase, 33. She might have been like, you know what? My life sucks. I'm never going to get out of this situation. It is what it is. Whatever. Without really understanding that she has the capability to change her life. And look at the huge increase. Yes, she went to 110 and she dropped down to 103, but I'm not concerned about that. I think she just kind of balanced a little, like, you know what, she was like, and her impulse control 86 to 99 to 123. So this makes sense to me that I think she's probably resisting.
I think we see the growth in her emotional self-awareness. So I think that there's rationale behind that drop a little bit. It's like her understanding her strength that she has, and that showed a big jump, and her optimism went down, but we saw a jump in her reality testing because she's more aware of everything. But as her emotional self-awareness increased, she was able to balance back down, I feel like.
Well, her impulse control being spiked like that, with problem solving low, stress tolerance low, that would that indicates to me that she's resisting because she doesn't know what to do.
Okay.
Her optimism actually went up 10 points. Her stress tolerance went down.
Yeah.
104, she was better able to handle stressful situations, but look at her impulse.
Like, do we know?
It might be because she was just letting things slide.
Exactly. So that's like was it like a healthy, like, actual stress tolerance, or was it like an ignoring it stress tolerance?
I almost,
which we all know I love to do. So
we don't know totally, except it would certainly, her scores overall indicate something like that. Yeah. All right. Let me see what else you got here. Her optimism, I think it's a pretty solid score. She's maintained her optimism. She's actually increased it. Her self-regard, she's also increased by 25 points. Her happiness went up then down a little, but overall went up. She might just be settling in, you know?
Yep.
She's probably, her reality testing went up. You know, her reality testing at midpoint went to 110, her happiness 94. Also went up 14 points. So she might have been overly optimistic or overly like seeing things. She might have been overly seeing things better than she thought. I don't really know. Stress tolerance says that she's definitely, I think, holding it in.
Yeah.
And her impulse control shows that because it's spiked.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. I think we might have to just wait and be patient for the post 6 months. Yeah. And you say that, you know, the next few months of work, able to gain better insight on themselves. They're, you know, they're more on their own, trying to level things out. That's what you know.
Right.
Her happiness, pre, mid, post are fluctuating. Yep, they are. I wonder if there were any big changes or events. Possibly. Although it's not such a, it's like 7 points down, went up 14 points, went down 7. Sometimes it's just a matter of, let's see what it says in the balancing EQi. Oh, wait, you were talking about happiness, right? Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so let me just see something. 87 happiness.
I don't think it's like that dramatic of a fluctuation, but just seeing it makes me raise that question, I think, for anybody.
It might be, I really don't know. It might be things that are going on physical. Well, let me look at her physical and psychological. Her stress has definitely gone down. Problem solving stayed the same. It might,
we don't see like a big change if we include happiness as a subscale.
No, it just might be that she's just like, she's happy. She's just like, I'm happy. I wish I knew. Maybe the frustration is taking over. You know, maybe she just wish she knew how to go from A to Z, you know, and maybe that's what's affecting her level of happiness because she doesn't know what to do or how to do it. And it could just be that. And maybe we're going to see it, and maybe post 6 months, we're going to see a change here as well. We can only hope.
Right. That kind of goes in with my next comment anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, we did the 30-minute welcome back. I'm not sure what she served, if anything. I know she gave away this. She did this. The
water purification.
Yeah, and handed out the sustainability fees, the taxi fares that I covered, that sort of thing. That's it in regards to
the taxi fares. You need to send me those, right?
No.
So,
no,
are those covered?
No, I think no, because the cohort is officially done, so I didn't do it.
Oh, fine, I'll still do it.
What?
I said I'll still do the fees while our cohorts are meeting.
Are you sure? Because I wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, all right. I'll see if she does a sheet transport. Are you okay? Transport sheet from July 26. I'm not sure how many came for reimbursement. Okay. All right. Let's see. Did we do her physical and psychological? Yeah. Well, yeah. It basically was the same whether we added happiness or optimism and or optimism, depending. You know.
Right.
So it didn't make much of a difference. I'm gonna check all these. Let me see. Sessions with Brenda. Let me see October. Let me see October on something. Rafina, we gave Rafina meds. She's not even a cohort member totally yet. But you know, she comes and I might have given her the meds. I can't remember. I have it in my notes, sweetie.
The people that I have are Jacqueline, Maribel, Seraphin, who's not a cohort member, Adela, and then Cynthia.
Yeah. Debrief. I feel like there was something in regards to Brenda.
Yeah, I feel like it was. I feel like it was something for her child. I don't know why. I can't remember. I'm sure Seraphin knows.
Let's see something. Okay. We're talking about Brenda. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. So that's where our session debriefs are going to come in handy too, to see if, you know, if we're questioning, you know, making some added observations. Okay. So that's Brenda. Anything else with her? Or are you good to go?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right, I'm going to end that